Well, here we are. This is your guys' first video. We've kind of gotten into it just a wee bit. We got into it. So hood's latched right now, and it's too stinking hot for me to get in there. But kind of see a glimpse. Basically, I found the truck. You'll see. I'll put the images in the beginning of the video. Everything was. So let me start over here. Where's it at? Yeah, that's right. So this part that I took off, this is a coolant line. Coolant lines aren't supposed to have holes in them, and they're not supposed to be full of rust. So that's bad. So that's first thing. All the cooling, everything that is coolant related, all the hoses, everything bad, full of rust, full of everything. So that's my biggest issue on the whole truck. It sat for over 15 years. A lot of stuff. And then of course I'm doing some exhaust work. I'm doing some other stuff, replacing the carburetor. But yeah, so gotta do some mock-up. This is the new coolant line. I'm just gonna make a custom bracket or whatever, just redo these holes and get it mounted up so that I can have this line lead to my coolant reservoir. And it's just a little bit small, so I'll probably order one more of these and just put them in line so I have two lines running to my coolant reservoir. Because if you can see it, that red reservoir right there is what I'm putting all my coolant in. And it's got multiple ports, so enough that I can do kind of whatever. And then I just went to O'Reilly and bought a bunch of random hose, because if I'm gonna mock up something, I'm gonna need it. And I want proper coolant flow, because it is Arizona. It's very stinking hot. Got some new components, everything that's coolant wise. Everything that I can replace that's coolant wise, we're replacing. And that includes, of course, this was the old one. I don't know if you can see those big rust holes. Yeah, that's not okay. Can't have that. So yes, new water pump. This is the actual block itself, so any rust inside that component can't be really fixed, other than I have this. Let's see if I can bottle this thing up here. This right here. Just a radiator flush. I'm going to use that without the radiator installed first, multiple times, to try to clean out really anything that's bad. And then I've got some coolant for that old Yoder, some hose adapters for mock-up, oil change. We got to drop the gas tank still. I have the old alternator out. That's almost like an accent. Alternator. Got the oil. Got the new alternator. AC compressor. Everything seems to run on it. I didn't really test it too much, but it seems to free spin, and it just seems to be in decent working condition. So I definitely have to remount it if I want to run the same belt system. So I will be doing that. And just kind of normal maintenance stuff. Been under here a couple times. We'll do a lot of cleaning, but we need to get the exhaust. I'll have a little more cleaning to do exhaust wise. Gotta get the gas tank guard out here, get that cleaned out, because we can't have a dirty gas tank, because who knows how long the gas has been sitting in here, if it's been sitting for 15 plus years. Yes, sir. Got this handle wasn't on when I first got it, so kind of jerry rigged that with a zip tie, because that's how we do things. Yeah, a lot going on in here. The interior is kind of an afterthought right now, other than I have a bunch of leftover speakers from other things that I'm gonna mock into these doors and make some door panels. Just a little speaker wire. Gee whiz, it's hot in here. I'm gonna do something about that. And then yeah, just got, these are every bolt that I possibly pulled off when I was taking apart the motor at its old resting spot, just so that I have it. Shifter, this is the best trim or whatever, because this is the 4x4. I'll show you the fuel gauge, go over the other side, and the tacho and the speedo, and we got jiggly door because we got some rust stuff going on, so gotta get that sorted too. I won't do too much to it. It's been in a couple accidents. Excuse all the mayhem that I need to get rid of because I have a couple too many projects. So this is nice Toyota, but a couple of accidents, just a few. Spare tire getting pushed into original license plate. Yeah, all the doors. She's cracked open. I left her open. But yeah. I don't have the battery hooked up now, but auxiliary switches, the turn signals, headlights, all of that still works. And I did nothing to it. Absolutely nothing. So that's good. Horn does not work, so we'll figure that out later. But look at that right there. 85 mile an hour. That's cooking. You're cooking at 85. But yeah, I mean, not too bad. It's got a couple things going on. I had a solar panel keeping the battery charged, but the Arizona sun was completely cooking to the point where it just frays off. And I was like, I don't think I'll have a solar panel if I keep this up there for much longer. So not really an option. And then I got this, I think it's a pleather is what it is. Just a substance that I may use to cover the dash with, because it's stinking hot. The dash is all cracked up, and so I may do some type of mock-up of something and just throw some type of dash carpet and maybe try to reassemble some of these larger cracks that are more brutal. And then we'll see if I can find anything for some of these other components, because it'd be nicer to have a little bit more complete interior. And then yes, ripping all the carpets out and just completely redoing carpets. I may use some of this for flooring as well, but I'm thinking about getting some grid material, which actually I have some of that over here. If we just mosey on over here to stash number 2. Got the old, I did 45 miles an hour on this and then disassembled it because I didn't want to die. Yeah, got some golf cart stuff going on over here. We need to actually get rid of this motor, this axle, because we need this for the other motor that I'm sending back. But this is the grid material I'm talking about. This is like a rubber piece I got from Amazon or whatever. Not too terribly thick. I'd probably put some insulation between the two or whatever. But yeah, something like that. Just it's more rugged, so I wouldn't have to run a floor mat, and it would look really clean in the truck. So yeah, there's video number 1 of that puppy right there. Hope you guys were able to stay through the whole thing. This is way too long of a video just to be talking about this, but as you know, project videos take forever. So I will sign off with a little image of between the tree action, which poor trees not living so long. Yeah. Till then.